Maintain as verb. To continue to have or hold something. To keep in a certain state, condition, or position. He maintained his innocence throughout the trial. The company has been able to maintain its profits despite the economic downturn. She maintains a strict exercise regimen to stay in shape. We need to maintain good relations with our clients to keep them coming back. The city has to maintain the roads and bridges to ensure safety for drivers.
Stultify is verb, to cause to lose energy or effectiveness, to impede or hinder progress. The boring lecture stultified the audience. His lack of creativity stultified the project. The strict rules stultified the team's creativity. The teacher's monotone voice stultified the students' interest. The bureaucratic procedures stultified the progress of the project.
Loath as adjective. Disinclined or reluctant to do something. Unwilling or reluctant. Having a strong dislike or aversion. She was loath to take risks. He was loath to admit that he had made a mistake. They were loath to ask for help. He was loath to leave his family behind. I am loath to accept that this is the end. Petulant as adjective. Having or showing a bad-tempered or sulky manner. Irritable or peevish, especially in response to petty annoyances or trivial setbacks. The petulant child threw a tantrum when he didn't get his way. The manager was annoyed with the employee's petulant behavior. The actress was criticized for her petulant attitude on set. The coach was frustrated with the team's petulant reactions to criticism. The customer's petulant complaints were ignored by the store staff. Buck as verb. To move suddenly or nervously, as if in fear or excitement. To resist or object strongly. The horse bucked when the rider tried to mount it, throwing him off. The company decided to buck the trend and invest in renewable energy, despite the high upfront costs. The politician decided to buck his party's leadership and vote against the bill, citing concerns about its impact on his constituents. The worker refused to buck the system and follow the unsafe procedures, even though it was common practice among his colleagues. The student decided to buck the teacher's expectations and write a paper on an unconventional topic, earning high praise for his creativity. Crestfallen as adjective. Brought low in spirit or hope. Disappointed or disheartened. He came home from the job interview feeling crestfallen after being told he didn't get the position. The team was crestfallen after losing the championship game in the last minute of play. She was crestfallen when she found out her flight was canceled and she couldn't make it to her sister's wedding. His pride was wounded and he felt crestfallen when he realized he made a mistake on an important project. The little girl's face was crestfallen when she found out her favorite ice cream shop was closed for the day. Bromide is noun. A compound containing bromine, typically used as a sedative or anticonvulsant. A trite or unoriginal remark or statement, often used to pacify or placate someone. His speech was full of cliches and bromides, lacking any original thought. The doctor prescribed a bromide to help the patient sleep. The bromide solution was added to the chemical reaction to neutralize the acid. The writer's use of bromides made the dialogue sound unrealistic and dull. The politician's response to the crisis was a mere bromide, offering empty reassurances without any real solutions. Malodorous as adjective. Emitting an offensive or foul odor, causing discomfort or repulsion due to its unpleasant scent. Having a strong, unpleasant, or offensive smell, often indicating something spoiled, decayed, or rancid. The swamp emitted a highly malodorous smell. The malodorous stench from the garbage bin lingered in the alley. The old cellar had a damp and malodorous odor. The room had become malodorous due to the neglected food. The malodorous scent filled the kitchen after the fish was left out for too long. Buttress as verb. To provide evidence or arguments in support of a claim or idea. To support or strengthen something, often by providing additional resources or assistance. The wall was buttressed with heavy stones to support its weight and prevent collapse. The arguments presented in the essay were buttressed with strong evidence and logical reasoning. The company's financial position was buttressed by a recent investment from a venture capital firm. The political party's position was buttressed by the support of influential leaders and organizations. The athlete's training was buttressed by a strict diet and exercise regimen, leading to improved performance. Frustrate as verb. To cause annoyance, disappointment, or dissatisfaction. To interfere with one's plans or ambitions. To prevent from accomplishing a goal or fulfilling a desire. To impede progress or success. The unexpected setback frustrated the team's progress. The company's lack of response frustrated the customer. She was frustrated by the slow internet connection. The complicated process of getting a visa frustrated the traveler. The coach was frustrated with the team's lack of effort.
Antic as noun. A playful or ridiculous act or gesture. A whimsical or bizarre behavior. The clown's antics kept the children entertained throughout the show. The court jester's antics were often used to criticize the king's policies in a humorous way. The comedian's antics on stage were unpredictable and often controversial. The dog's antics in the park attracted the attention of other pet owners and passers-by. The actor's antics during the filming of the movie were legendary, and many behind-the-scenes stories became part of Hollywood lore.
Snub as noun. A deliberate show of disdain or disrespect by ignoring or excluding someone. A slight or rebuff. His non-invitation to the party felt like a snub. The actress perceived the lack of recognition as a snub. She felt hurt by the snub she received from her former friend. The company's decision to ignore the feedback was a snub to their customers. His silence during the meeting felt like a snub to the team. Intransigent as adjective. Refusing to compromise or make concessions. Unwilling to change one's opinions or positions. Inflexible. The intransigent employee refused to work with the rest of the team on the project. The union was intransigent in its demands for higher wages and better benefits. Despite the evidence against him, the defendant remained intransigent in his plea of innocence. The government's intransigent stance on the issue led to widespread protests. The two countries remained intransigent in their positions, leading to a stalemate in negotiations. Complicit as adjective. Having knowledge of and being involved in a wrongful action or a crime. Involved or participating in a wrongful or illegal act, often implying partnership or collaboration in wrongdoing. He was found complicit in the crime due to his active involvement. The company's executives were accused of being complicit in the scandal. She remained complicit by staying silent despite knowing the truth. The government's actions indicated it was complicit in the cover-up. His silence made him appear complicit in the unethical practices of the organization. Hamstring is noun. A tendon or muscle in the back of the leg, especially one connecting the hip and knee. One of the tendons at the back of the knee that control movement of the lower leg. The athlete pulled a hamstring during the race. The team suffered from several hamstring injuries this season. A tight hamstring can cause discomfort and pain. Stretching can help prevent hamstring injuries. The doctor recommended physical therapy to heal the hamstring injury. Derive as verb. To deduce or conclude from reasoning or evidence. To obtain or get something from a source or origin. Many English words are derived from Latin. The researchers were able to derive important insights from their study of the data. The chef derived inspiration from a recent trip to Italy for his new menu. The company's profits derive largely from its overseas operations. The student was able to derive the answer to the math problem by using a formula.
Dovetail as verb. To fit together or interlock in a precise or complementary way. To harmonize or complement one another in a way that creates a cohesive whole. The two teams will need to dovetail their efforts in order to complete the project on time. Her skills in marketing and his expertise in finance dovetailed perfectly, making them a great team. The company's new product line dovetails nicely with its existing offerings, filling a gap in the market. The architect designed the building to dovetail with the surrounding landscape, creating a seamless transition between the two. The different storylines in the film dovetailed together in a satisfying and unexpected way.
Conspicuous as adjective. Clearly visible to the eye, attention-grabbing, easily noticeable or visible due to its striking or outstanding appearance or characteristics. The celebrity's conspicuous behavior drew attention from the paparazzi. The large, conspicuous sign made it easy for visitors to find the entrance to the building. The company's conspicuous absence at the industry conference was noted by attendees. The politician's conspicuous absence from the public eye raised questions about his health. The painting's conspicuous use of bold colors made it stand out in the gallery.
Pillory as noun, a public punishment device consisting of a wooden framework with holes for the head and hands, used for displaying and punishing criminals. A wooden structure with holes for the head and hands, used in the past for public punishment and humiliation. The pillory was a common form of punishment in medieval times. The criminal was sentenced to a day in the pillory for his crimes. The pillory was designed to humiliate and expose the wrongdoer to public ridicule. The use of the pillory was eventually abolished in most Western countries. The townspeople gathered to watch as the accused was placed in the pillory. Hodgepodge as noun, a mixture or medley of different things, a jumbled assortment, a stew made of various ingredients, typically leftovers. The meal was a hodgepodge of different dishes. The garden was a hodgepodge of various plants. The room was a hodgepodge of mismatched furniture. The film was a hodgepodge of different genres. The group was a hodgepodge of people from different backgrounds.
Ready to boost your English or ace the GRE? Meet the GRE Vocabulary app, a fun and effective way to master language. Learn advanced words with examples and audio. Master idioms, proverbs, and phrasal verbs. Enjoy quizzes, flashcards, and pronunciation tests. Customize your practice by difficulty or focus. Translate into 100+ languages with ease. Did you learn new words? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my channel. Download now and start your journey to vocabulary mastery.